Hey, we are pleased to have on the team today Scott Kaplan out there roaming the sidelines. And Scotty, welcome to the team.
Well, Jim, thank you very much. I want you to keep an eye on Ruben Drones and his left hand. He had 5 stitches put into that hand last week. He has it all taped up, and he's got a glove over it. He says he's fine, but 2 fumbles last week. We'll keep an eye on Ruben Drones.
All right, Scott, good job. And
a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Let's go back down to Scott Kaplan.
All right, Jim, thank you. I talked to Marty Schottenheimer coming out of the tunnel for the start of the second half, and as you might imagine, his message to his team was very simple. It's a 0-0 ball game, and if we're going to win this AFC West, we have one half of football that must be won. And Marty, always the master of coach speak. No real surprise there, Jim.
Let's go downstairs. 3rd member of our broadcast team, Scott Kaplan.
Well, Ian and Solomon yesterday when we talked to Byron Leftwich, he said his goal was to come out and get an early lead, something that, quite frankly, Jacksonville has not had all season. They've scored 0 points in their 4 games so far this year in the first quarter. 0. He said to me before the game he wanted to take the crowd out of the game. That has not happened with the Chargers scoring on their first possession, Ian.
We head downstairs. Check in with Scott Kaplan.
Well, Ian, you're absolutely right. The fans were not happy with Marty Schottenheimer's decision to run over and over again. But when you talk to Marty Schottenheimer, he always talks about one statistic, and that is turnovers and winning the turnover battle. The Chargers clearly winning at +2 here in the first half. Marty says that 85% of the time when you win the turnover battle, you win the game. So going conservative here at the end of the first half, not to take any chances, Ian.
Let's go courtside and Scott Kaplan.
Coach, the defensive intensity was incredible here in the first half. Your team obviously learned their lesson from game 1 of this tournament.
Well, we played a lot better the first half this afternoon than we did against Eastern Washington. I thought our defense, because of the intensity, was just outstanding. And then we had a hot hand shooting the basketball. And when you shoot it as well as we did, you know, it camouflages a lot of shortcomings you might have.
Yeah, and you've chosen to go exclusively inside with the exception of the 3 long balls.
Well, you know, the only mistake I would say we made, we turned the ball over in transition at times, and we have a rule. You break, you run, you try to get down there. If you don't have anything, you pull it out and play a half-court game. So other than a few turnovers, I thought we played extremely well.
You did, Coach. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time. Back to you, Craig.
Let's go to our 3rd member of our crew, courtside. Here's Scott Kaplan.
Craig, the situation with Keith Langford is this. He's got torn cartilage in his right knee. Needless to say, he has not had a lot of practice time. Off-season surgery is already scheduled. I spoke to Keith. He says he's playing through the pain. He will sacrifice his body for his team the way his teammates have all season. Back to you, Craig. All right, thank you very much, Rodney Carney and Coach John Calipari. Coach, let's start with you. First of all, you worked all week to defend against the 3. Worked perfectly for you.
Well, we really guarded everywhere. I thought Arthur Barclay taking charges and rebounding, and when Rodney Carney plays defense and rebounds the way he did today, we're really good. And I'll tell you, he's played like Michael Jordan all week in practice, which is why he came out here and played the way he did. He was great.
He was phenomenal. He was great inside. He hit a bunch of 3s. In fact, set a school record for 3-point attempts and shots made in the tournament for Memphis. 6 of them. Yeah, he broke Penny Hardaway's record of 5. So the guy was terrific.
He played well. I'm proud of him, though, because his practice effort led to this kind of game.
All right, Coach, thank you. Congratulations. And now let's turn to Rodney Carney. 6 3-pointers. I don't know if you heard me just tell Coach, but that just broke Penny Hardaway's NCAA tournament record for Memphis. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good. I mean, even for me to be mentioned with a name like Penny Hardaway, that's a real good achievement. I just really came out and really picked my spots, and my teammates found me, and I knocked down shots.
Yeah, I think maybe you set the tone for this game with the alley-oop dunk at the beginning.
I think I did, because we came out real aggressive, and we ran the floor hard. Anthony Rice threw me alive, and that really set the tone, and everybody locked down on defense, and we came out with a good victory.
And defensively, you guys really shut them down. You just didn't let them get any shots from 3-point land, and they couldn't knock any down.
Yeah, we really worked on that in practice, guarding the 3-point shooters, because we knew they could really hurt us. So we on practice, we worked on that and really shut them down in the game. Every time they got the ball, we had a hand in the face. We switched out on them. It was a really good defensive effort.
Career high for you, 26 points. Prior to this, it was 23 against Fordham this season in November. What took you so long?
Man, I went on. I guess I went on a little slump or something. I wasn't playing. Didn't have confidence. I had an injury too that really set me back. But now I'm back and I'm 100%.
All right, Rodney. Congratulations. Thank you.
Scott Kaplan, thank you.
38-23. Here's Scott Kaplan, courtside.
Coach, you were dominating this first half, but Illinois-Chicago is just not going away. How are you going to put them out?
Well, we need to see how Wayne is first. And, we had a chance. We didn't play smart the last 5 minutes. Really didn't run good offense the entire half, but, we've had big leagues before. Now we got it. We haven't done a great job protecting them. Now we need to do it.
All right, Coach, thank you. Craig, just to let you know, Wayne Simeon's been in the back in the locker room. He's been running. He's been stretching. The doctors are calling him questionable right now. In fact, they even came out to get other doctors to take a look at Simeon. We'll have more information at the start of the second half.
All right, thanks for the update.
Enjoying Scott Kaplan. Scott.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Coach Thomason, congratulations. What a huge upset win. Last time Pacific won a tournament game, you, my friend, were on that team. How do you feel?
Oh, we feel great. Kids played great all game, and we had pretty good control of it, but they made good runs at us, and our guards stepped up big time down the stretch, made some big key plays.
Yeah, Coach, the confidence. We talked about it yesterday, how confident this team was. 17-1 in conference, a 15-game winning streak. How much do you think that played in tonight's victory?
Oh, it does, especially when it gets to 3 minutes to go in the game. These guys think nobody can beat them, and they made some big plays, and I'm not for sure if I drew up that play he hit that 3 on, but it was sure a big one tonight.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Let's talk to your star player, Maya Davis. Leading scorer all season. Your team had to have you tonight, and you had the dagger with you. When you had to finish him off, you hit the huge 3. How you feeling?
I feel unbelievable, right now. This is a game that nobody thought we was going to win, but nobody knew it but UOP and our team. We knew we was going to come out and give them a good game. We knew they was going to come out, and that's why we respected them. And obviously, I didn't think they respected us too well, but we came out with a victory tonight.
When you got the ball and you had to launch it, did you know it was going down?
It's a shot you practice every day. Go to the gym early and shoot by yourself, but I have confidence in myself, and my team has confidence in me, so I was elected to shoot that shot.
All right, congratulations. Greg Gumbel, a 12 over a 5 in Kansas City. Back to you. Kevin, great to be with you and Mark, and you say energetic, electric here on the field. I'm standing at the 50-yard line, and so much talk this week about the Saints, their lack of efficiency in the playoffs when on the road and on a natural surface, playing outdoors. I can tell you this. Perfect day for football. A lot of people thought that maybe Jim Harbaugh would have them grow the grass long here at Candlestick or even make it wet to slow down the track. It is absolutely perfect. And in talking to Drew Brees before the game, there is no fear about playing outdoors and on this natural surface. The only thing they're concerned about is throwing the ball and having the receivers looking up into the sun. It's a very bright day here, but no fear on that New Orleans sidelines about playing outdoors and on a natural surface.
Scott, what'd you see?
Well, Mark is exactly right. Jim Harbaugh would love to be able to say, we'll take more time off the clock, but Alex Smith came running right by where we are at the 10-yard line on the New Orleans side. He didn't step out of bounds. That's a touchdown. Thanks, Scott. I'm here with Vernon Davis. He had the game-winning touchdown. First of all, congratulations. Can you describe what happened after Jimmy Graham scored that touchdown and what you guys were talking about getting ready to go back out onto the field?
We were just ready to go. We said it's not over. We still have a chance. We have an opportunity. This is huge for us. It's history, legendary, all those things. Anything you can describe.
Can you describe the last touchdown, that game-winning touchdown?
The game-winning touchdown. It was a post, a skinny post. I was supposed to run up on the safety, give him a hard plant, look for the ball, and there it was. We rehearsed it all week in practice, so I had confidence in it, had confidence in myself that I'd make the play, and I did it.
Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
All right. Love you, Mom.
Scott Graham, back to you in the Westwood One Dial Global Studios.
Welcome, Scott. What do you have?
Well, Dave, happy to be with you guys on a Sunday night. And welcome to the field level where just a minute ago, Sean Payton limped off the field with his brand new crutches. He will not be on the field for tonight's game. You saw last week he got his knee blown out in that loss against Tampa you were just talking about. He's going to be in the press box 2 doors down from you guys tonight, which means Pete Carmichael Jr., the offensive coordinator, will communicate directly to Drew Brees, and you guys will be able to keep your eyes on Sean Payton because he's going to be right next door to you.
It's going to be interesting watching. He'll be very fidgety, I would imagine. All right, Scott, thanks. Steve, once again, let's go down the sidelines to Scott Kaplan.
Dave, I can tell you right now from the field level, this place is going absolutely berserk, as you'll be able to hear. We're going to see Curtis Painter first. And look, he hasn't been awful. That's a compliment, so to speak, when you talk about certain quarterbacks in the NFL. He's got over 800 yards passing. He's got 5 touchdowns compared to 1 interception. But I don't think anybody's going crazy right now on the Indianapolis sideline about Curtis Painter, although they seem pretty confident in this young man. I was talking to Frank Reich, their wide receivers coach, before the game. He really likes the guy. I'd say the happiest people tonight are Purdue fans, because you got a battle of Drew Brees and Curtis Painter, 2 former Purdue quarterbacks going at it.
A couple of guys are going to boil her up here in New Orleans. Go down to Scott Kaplan. Maybe he can provide some answers and a guess.
Well, I've got Jimmy Graham here. He had 6 catches, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. You tell us, Jimmy, how did you guys make it look so easy tonight?
You know, it's without Sean Payton on the sideline. I mean, we really wanted to make a statement for him. You know, I mean, he was saying, you know, things are going to be different, and we need to push through those things and try to get a big win tonight.
Everybody knew coming in, though, without Peyton Manning, how the Colts were struggling. They were winless coming in. But they have a lot of players on the defensive side of the ball that were part of their Super Bowl championship a couple years ago, and you guys ran through them, you passed through them. How did it happen like that?
You know, man, coming off the loss of last week, we're really focused on running the ball. That's one thing that we wanted to establish this week was just that we can run the ball, you know, and so hopefully we can just transition this into next week and just keep playing like this.
All right, you had 2 touchdowns tonight. You also had 2 dunks tonight. We're going to be seeing a lot more of that, including that 360.
Oh, definitely. You know, I think I'm going to trademark that, and I'm going to keep doing different things. So definitely a special night for us. Thank you.
Congratulations. Great game. Dave, Jimmy Graham, what a performance. Back up to you. Well, Dave, I'm standing just a few feet right now from Hines Ward, and you mentioned it when he was coming off the field. He's got that look in his eyes like he doesn't know where he is. He actually seems like he's kind of caught back up. But I'll tell you, when he got hit and he was down on the ground, he had a hard time getting up. And you know, this past week, the NFL told the referees that if you see a player stumbling and you think there's any kind of concussion or head injury, bring the trainers in. And that's exactly what the referees did. They signaled over to the Pittsburgh sideline and they said, bring the trainers. Although Hines' helmet is down, he's now making contact with his teammates. But he doesn't look like he's ready to play right now, I can tell you that.
What's up, man? You ain't
All right, hey, I got Terrell Suggs with me right now. Hey, that was a pretty physical football game, but you came up with a huge interception. Tell us what happened on that play.
I just seen 17, and it was spread, and it was gashing us, so I kind of just guessed. And, you know, the Lord, you know what I mean? He just blessed me, you know.
This was a physical football game. Pretty much what you expected and pretty much what you get out of this series.
Definitely, man. Like I said, this is my Madison Square Garden. I want to thank the Steelers fans for coming out and torturing us and being loud and making this game one of the most memorable games in NFL history. They'll never forget this game.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time not watching the offense and doing a lot of talking to those Steeler fans on the sideline.
Yeah, it was fun, you know what I mean? They made it fun for me, you know what I mean? I love to come in here. You know, I hate to lose, but they're a great team, you know what I mean? You can't doubt that they're a good team.
And tell me about when you thought when the offense got back out onto the field with very little time left after Pittsburgh had scored that touchdown.
They were going to have to do it. I mean, that delay of game was huge. It was huge for us. So, you know, you got to take your hat off to the offense. You know what I mean? They've been under a lot of pressure, a lot of scrutiny, especially against the defense. But they went out there and they got it for us.
Terrell, congratulations.
I'm out of here.
All right. Terrell Suggs, Dave.
Nice job, Scott. Thanks to Scott Kaplan.